Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Amy here. That was very exciting intro, but we are supporting my girl Brittany today. I just saw last night when I was just kind of scrolling around the internet that it says judge suspends Britney Spears' father as conservator. So Britney is on her way to freedom, y'all, and she is engaged to a beautiful man. Have you seen her Instagram? So super excited for Britney. Had to support by wearing my Britney tee. There's a new Britney t-shirt at Target, and they're always in the men's section. It's white, and I didn't get it, and of course now I'm regretting it. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about my October TBR. I actually wasn't going to make a TBR for October, but I decided to go ahead and write a couple things down. So I was just kind of gonna go with the flow for October and not really make a TBR, but I was like, you know what, let me just pull some books, write some stuff down. I have some ideas other than what I have written down that I would like to read, but I don't know if it's going to happen, and it may be on a mystery kind of TBR thing. So we'll see. Stay tuned. I don't know if that's really going to happen. We're going to see how October goes. This is just a potential TBR. I don't know what I'm calling it, or how the month is going to work out. But I have 3 books here that we'll talk about, but I have a nice long list of books that I would possibly like to get to. So of course we have the Book Troop Book of the Month pick. This is The Last House on Needless Street. This is by Catriona Ward. Catriona Ward, maybe. I hope I'm not butchering that too much. I actually was hoping to have this book in my hands today for this video, but I didn't get to go to Barnes & Noble's. This is the Book Troop book pick for the month of October, so we're definitely going to be diving into this one. This was also on my upcoming releases, like anticipated ones for September, so really excited about reading this. It's definitely got spooky vibes. We also have like a possible point of view from a cat in this book. It's also kind of giving me witchy vibes. I don't really know why. I don't know much about this book. It says perfect for fans of Gone Girl and The Haunting of Hill House. I talked about it a little bit in a video before. In a boarded up house on a dead-end street at the edge of the wild Washington woods lives a family of 3. A teenage girl who isn't allowed outside, not after last time, a man who drinks alone in front of his TV trying to ignore the gaps in his memory, and a house cat who loves napping and reading the Bible. An unspeakable secret binds them together, but when a new neighbor moves in next door, what is buried out among the birch trees may come back to haunt them all. So the synopsis doesn't really tell us much, which I'm okay with. I don't know why this is giving me witchy vibes. It probably has nothing to do with witches, but for some reason the book cover and then the cat, it's giving me witchy vibes. But anyway, I'm ready for this one, so it's definitely on my list. And then we also have Camp Weekend Ween coming up at the end of October, so that is definitely happening. Gonna try to vlog for that as well, but I have 2 books in mind for that weekend since we don't have a lot of time to read. These are both small books, and one of them is more of, I think, like a middle grade kind of book. So the first one is Camp Carnage, and this is by Joshua Winning and Elliot Arthur Cross. This has actually been on my TBR wish list for a really long time, but we're following I believe a bunch of young boys that they are sent to this camp to, of course, you know, pray the gay away or whatever happens at these god-awful camps. And I believe the boys start getting killed one by one. And this is also going back to 1986. So it says the summer of 1986, Billy Collins is sent to his own personal hell summer camp. The remote Camp Genesis offers desperate parents a place to straighten out their gay teenagers with the help of the puritanical Catherine Creevy. Besides the typical horsing around, campfire tales, and summer games, the Genesis program forces gay and questioning teens into humiliating gender-based lessons. While Billy wants nothing more than to escape Camp Genesis, he can't help worrying that something even more sinister is hiding just out of sight. Days after Billy and the new campers arrive, people start to go missing, and it's up to Billy and his new friend Jim to find out what's really going on. Is a maniac on the loose? Is history repeating itself? One thing's for sure at Camp Genesis, you have to fight to survive. So I guess something like this happened in the past. But yeah, we're gonna read this as well as Welcome to Camp Nightmare by R.L. Stine. This is part of the Goosebumps little series. This is going to be for like green on the cover because Camp Carnage sort of fit all of the prompts except for the green on the cover. And I wasn't even going to worry about the green on the cover, but then Debbie kind of talked about this Goosebumps book and she has it and she's going to read it. So I was like, I think I'm going to check it out too, and just, you know, why not? Welcome to Camp Nightmare. It's the little camp of horrors. Next summer you'll stay home if you survive. Billy thinks that life at camp is a bit creepy. But when other campers start to disappear and his parents do not answer his letters, Camp Night Moon becomes Camp Nightmare. So yeah, those are my two little camp weekend ween books that I'm going to attempt to read for that weekend. Okay, so I went through, like I said, my little TBR shelf over here, and I just picked out a couple of books that just kind of said October or spooky vibes. So I picked up Later by Stephen King, just because it's Stephen King. Why not? It's a short little book. This is like one of his new little novels. It says only the dead have no secrets. I believe in this one we're following a young boy that can see dead people, spirits, ghosts. Sometimes growing up means facing your demons. The son of a struggling single mother, Jamie Conklin, just wants an ordinary childhood, but Jamie is no ordinary child. Born with an unnatural ability his mom urges him to keep secret, Jamie can see what no one else can see and learn what no one else can learn. But the cost of using this ability is higher than Jamie can imagine, as he discovers when an NYPD detective draws him into the pursuit of a killer who has threatened to strike from beyond the grave. So that's all we get for the synopsis. So we're gonna possibly check it out. I haven't really had much luck with Stephen King, although I got through The Stand. I didn't really get through Misery. So, and I have never really read any other Stephen King. I think I read The Body, which is like a little bitty book. The movie is so much better, which is Stand By Me. Love the movie, which is why I wanted to read the book, but I much rather watching the movie than actually the book. So yeah, so not much luck with Stephen King. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And then, of course, Rules for Vanishing. This is by Kate Alice Marshall. This is a young adult thriller, horror. Not really sure. I've heard things over the years that it's really creepy. So it's been on my shelf for a little while. I just got it maybe a few months ago. I don't know. But we're gonna check it out. Possibly. We'll see how the month goes. But it says, once a year, a road appears in the forest, and at the end of it, the ghost of Lucy Gallows beckons. Lucy's game isn't for the faint of heart. If you win, you escape with your life, but if you lose, ... So a year ago, Sarah's sister, Becca, went to look for this ghost, Lucy Gallows, and she disappeared. So now we're following Sarah as she's looking for her sister. So she goes into these woods and tries to, I guess, connect with Lucy Gallows to see what happened to her sister. So yeah, this one definitely gave me the spooky vibe. So we'll put it on the list and see what happens. I would definitely really like to get to this book in October. I was kind of waiting for this book for October when I bought it. This is the Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Really excited about this one. Really into Love slasher movies. I'm hoping that's what we're getting from this book. It says a fast-paced, thrilling horror novel that follows a group of heroines to die for. In horror movies, the final girl is the one who's left standing when the credits roll. The one who fought back, defeated the killer, and avenged her friends. The one who emerges bloodied but victorious. But after the sirens fade and the audience moves on, what happens to her? Lynette is a real-life final girl who survived a massacre 22 years ago, and it has defined every day of her life since, and she's not alone. For more than a decade, she's been meeting with 5 other actual final girls and their therapists in a support group for those who survived the unthinkable, putting their lives back together piece by piece. That is, until one of the women misses a meeting and Lynette's worst fears are realized. Someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again, piece by piece. But the thing about these final girls is that they have each other now, and no matter how bad the odds, how dark the night, how sharp the knife, they will never ever give up. So, definitely want to try to get to this one in October. Another book I really would like to get to, possibly because I'm kind of in a true crime mood. This is Chasing the Boogeyman by Richard Shishman. It's blurred by Stephen King at the top. It says, genuinely chilling and something brand new and exciting, compulsive reading and scary. This is, I believe, this is definitely fiction, but it reads like a true crime, like it really happened. I think we're actually following the person it happened to in the book, and he's kind of telling us his story from what I remember. Let's see what the synopsis has to say. In the summer of 1988, so we're going back to the 80s, y'all. I'm loving it. The mutilated bodies of several missing girls began to turn up in a small Maryland town. The grisly evidence leads police to the terrifying assumption that a serial killer is on the loose in the quiet suburb. But soon a rumor begins to spread that the evil stalking local teens is not entirely human. So do we have like some paranormal activity happening here? I don't want to read too much into it. Let's just leave it at that. I just heard it reads as a true crime story, but it's not actually true. So let's just go with that and see what happens. Keeping with the true crime vibe, this has kind of been on my TBR wish list. I've never read it or picked it up, like bought the book actually, because I've already listened to so many podcasts. But this is I'll Be Gone in the Dark. This is by Michelle McNamara. You hear so much about it. This story has just always intrigued me, especially Michelle, all her evidence, all her research has just really intrigued me. And I think the reason I haven't picked it up is because it also scares me, because this man did awful things and got away with it for years. I heard the audio is really good, so I'll probably be listening to this, but it says a masterful true crime account of the Golden State Killer, the elusive serial rapist turned murderer who terrorized California for over a decade. From Michelle McNamara, the gifted journalist who died tragically while investigating the case. For more than 10 years, a mysterious and violent predator committed 50 sexual assaults in Northern California before moving south, where he perpetrated 10 sadistic murders. Then he disappeared, eluding capture by multiple police forces and some of the best detectives in the area. 3 decades later, Michelle McNamara, a true crime journalist who created the popular webcast TrueCrimeDiary.com, was determined to find the violent psychopath she called the Golden State Killer. So I believe we have like interviews from people. I think there's even a show or a documentary is what I'm saying on this book. But I listened to a podcast that did a podcast on the documentary. So I've listened to this a lot, but I've heard so many good things about this book, and Michelle McNamara was like an outstanding journalist from what I understand. So I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of ready for it. So we're gonna try to do it in October. I'm scared of it, but that only makes it better, right? Okay, and then just to lighten the mood, maybe really like to finish the Spectral Files, the series by S.E. Harmon. I started this for, I think I read the first book for Summerween. This is Principles of Spookology. This is the second book in the series. I just had so much fun. This is a male-male romance, but it's mixed in with a little bit of like murder mystery, and our like FBI agent can like talk to the dead people. So, but it had like a lightheartedness to it. It was kind of quirky and funny. I really fell in love with the first book, so I've been anxious to get on with the series. So it's October, so we're gonna try to definitely do it and finish out this series. So if you're looking for a little lighthearted male-male romance slash little murder mystery, this will be perfect for you for October. No one said being a medium would be easy. Rain Christensen, former FBI agent and current cold case detective, sorry, that's my phone went off, is starting to think it's the hardest job he's ever had, and the most important. He's determined to accept all the changes in his formerly well-ordered life. But that means embracing a whole lot of weird. There's no instruction manual for meshing his work with his medium duties, and he's painfully aware that he's flubbing the job. So are the ghosts, who are becoming increasingly impatient and stronger. To complicate matters, he's not sure what these spectacular developments mean for his relationship. It certainly seems like Daniel, his partner in work and life, is in it for the long haul. But Rain can't help but wonder how long that patience will last and what he'll do if Danny decides the intrusive ghosts are just too much. So he's just started, at the end of the first book, he was kind of just starting to accept his gift of being a medium. So I'm anxious to see how he goes, you know, as he goes along with accepting it and letting all these ghosts in and talking to them. Like I said, it's very lighthearted. So it's our character Rain. He's kind of got like this quirkiness to him. I really like him. Danny is just super patient, and I love the two of them together. And then we have the third book, and I believe final book. This is Spooky Business. Loving the cover. This is giving me like Halloween vibes right here. Definitely October. Being insatiably curious is a good way to end up dead, and Rain is very aware of that fact. But when infamous serial killer Thomas Kane wants to meet, there's no way Rain can say no. He also can't refuse Kane's offer. Find his missing wife, Delilah, and he'll reveal the location of his victim's body. I don't want to read too much into this one because I don't want anything to, you know, give away book 2. But yeah, so these two are definitely, I'm going to try to work in to all these reading plans I have in my head. I also have some, like I said, I have some reading plans that could be mystery TBRs, but I don't know. We'll see how the month of October kind of flows and see what I can fit in the month of October. Hopefully all of it, because I want to do it all, but we'll see. So that's what I'm planning, or, you know, potentially planning for the month of October. Let me know in the comments down below what you're planning to read. All the spooky things. Let me know in the comments down below what you'll be checking out for the month of October. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, hope you're all doing well out there, staying safe. Hope you're all having a very spooktacular October so far, and I will see y'all very, very soon with a new video. Bye y'all.